I think I may have cracked the code. It's the RCA code for a lot of these girls. If you were on an RCA subsidiary imprint, you may not have gotten the push that you were hoping for because SWV was running things at the time. On the other side of the spectrum, the color spectrum, which I thought was a very interesting time, was Blackgirl. And Blackgirl got my attention off the bat. There were three dark-skinned sisters. And they didn't have the long flowy, they didn't have the 40 inches down to the butt.
Nope.
They went for a classical style with the Josephine Baker finger waves. And then I can't even remember what the very first song was that they came out with.
Crazy was their first song.
Crazy. Yep. And it was a very New Jack swing.
Very much
but
so.
But then they made the 90s
song
girl.
Too. 90s Girl was the one. So I had to really dig. But here's what we knew. I don't know if you knew this, Sir Daniel. Blackgirl's Atlanta based.
I did know that. Yes.
Yeah, so they're Atlanta based, apparently organically formed because they were actually trying to reform in 2017. But so I'm assuming in the wake of LaFace, these two white men started a label that was Atlanta based, Caper Records. Thank you. So they started Caper Records, and one of the groups that was signed was Blackgirl. And I think this label was basically trying to check all the R&B boxes of the time. Mm-hmm. So they had a kid group, they had a girl group, they had a rap group, you know what I'm saying? And all of these things. But Blackgirl, 90s Girl, even though it came out in 94. So we're like 4 years in at that point. But it hit a mark. It was a dope jam and it was anthemic for Black women.
Absolutely. And I can't help but notice, I'm looking at this at the 12-inch, they're on the RCA imprint as well.
Yep.
Again, so I don't know all the girls, like all you girls that were on RCA at the time, you had SWV to contend with, and SWV was not budging. So if you were on that label, SWV was probably the priority. So,
Sir Daniel,
I think subsidiary. I think I may have cracked the code. It's the RCA code for a lot of these girls. If you were on an RCA subsidiary imprint, you may not have gotten the push that you were hoping for because SWV was running things at the time.
But they charted on the R&B charts with all of their singles. That's actually an accomplishment. So Crazy hit number 37, 90s Girl hit number 13, Where Did We Go Wrong hit number 39, and Let's Do It Again hit number 25. They went gold with their record. So their record was not a flop, but we only got the one album, Treat You Right. They were actually nominated for a Billboard. They were nominated for 3 Billboard Music Awards. Artist of the Year, R&B Artist of the Year. 90s Girl was nominated for 2 awards. And they were nominated for 2 Soul Train Awards. And they won a Vibe Magazine Award for Best Look. So they weren't a fluke.
I think you answered it right there. You had so much support. You had Vibe Magazine, whose main purpose was pushing Black culture, especially Black women. When you had Danielle Smith at the helm, right? You had Soul Train, which was still in circulation and still in syndication on television. You had Video Soul. You had all these different outlets, and you had Black radio. That was still pushing artists like a Blackgirl. So yes, they were able to chart, they were able to sell gold records because they had all these platforms that eventually one by one kind of phased out.